Patriots have made their first move of hopefully many as NFL free agency does kick off later this week, March 12th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. But Tom Pelissero did just announce the Patriots have come to terms with linebacker Harold Landry on a 3-year, $43.5 million contract with about $26 million fully guaranteed. I am not surprised by this move at all. This is actually a move that the Patriots needed to make to bulk up that defense, and knowing the history that Landry and Vrabel had, and once Landry did actually request a trade, and the Tennessee Titans did give him permission to seek a trade, they later ended up just releasing him altogether, so the Patriots do not have to give up anything to sign this very healthy and under 30-year-old linebacker that I think is really going to bulk up that 3-4 front. Really, right now at that defensive end linebacker position, the Patriots are relying on Kayshon Boutte and Anfernee Jennings. While White does still have a lot to show and possibly another breakthrough season coming up, I do think that Landry has proven success in the NFL and should be able to bolster that defense almost immediately as he joins the New England Patriots. So before I hop into all the details here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports, go on ahead and grade the signing of Harold Landry. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know what you guys think about putting this linebacker now in our depth chart. So obviously with Landry, he's played for the Tennessee Titans his entire career from 2018 to 2024. And of course he worked with Mike Vrabel from 18 to 2023. It actually was really the only head coach he had ever known in the NFL. And once the Tennessee Titans did move on from Mike Vrabel, there was a quote here from Harold Landry. At the end of the 2023 season, he said, "I feel like with Vrabel my entire career, I've been as prepared as I can possibly be for every game. I feel like if you just look at the season-ending win over Jacksonville, guys are playing hard for him. Guys are wanting to win for him, and I really can't imagine him not being the Titans head coach. I mean, I just can't." So with that quote 2 years ago, you can see that Landry really respects Mike Vrabel, and now having Terrell Williams as his defensive coordinator, which was the defensive lines coach over in Tennessee, I think this is going to be a really good fit for him. And like I said, we're getting a guy that is healthy at this current moment. He's under 30 years old, and he should be able to provide a big boost to the defense that the Patriots have been lacking this last year. He's had 50.5 career sacks since 2018, and I think what's also really cool is that he's a Boston College alumni. So he is very used to the weather up there in New England. He's very used to the Northeast, been playing in Tennessee for the last couple of years, but I think he's going to adjust very well, possibly even reconnect with some old alumni. So you're getting a guy that knows the area. He understands the Patriot way, as obviously he went to school up in the Northeast. 2021 was probably the peak of his NFL career. He was announced as a Pro Bowler, but he did still have 2 remaining years on that Tennessee Titans contract, so obviously just differences didn't work out. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if later down the road it came out that Harold Landry wanted to leave Tennessee because he saw that Vrabel was now a head coach again in New England. Obviously, that's not confirmed. That's just speculation on my part because of how much he has talked about how well respected Vrabel is and how he really, really likes his coaching style. This last year was also really great for a guy like Landry. He played 17 games, which was another struggling factor for the Patriots defense this last year. We had guys with season-ending injuries, and they just continued to get hurt as the year went on, which is why we found out that we have players like Christian Ellis who can come up from the depth chart and provide some well-needed bodies on the field. But in this last year, he had 71 tackles with 9 sacks. Dietrich Wise Jr. and Kayshon Boutte were tied for the team high for the season at 5.5 sacks. So that just proves you that he's going to be a boost regardless of where they decide to put him in this 3-4 front. I think that now that he's going to have familiarity with Williams and Vrabel, and he's going to bring over the statistics that he's been giving the Tennessee Titans the last couple of years, we should be able to see a lot better pass rush as well as run stopping. There were numerous times where running backs gained over 100 yards for several games in a row because the Patriots failed to stop the run. I think now as you start to bulk up that defensive line a little bit, maybe adding on somebody to help out Christian Barmore, who's been dealing with blood clots, Devon Godchow, and Kayshon Boutte, I think the linebacker room is going to get a little bit better here with Landry, who can also kind of play up closer to that 3. in the defensive end with Keion White. So hopefully with Landry's experience, this linebacker core can start to stop the run just a little bit more, and then we can add on a little bit more here to the pass rush. But he had 18 pressures, 4 pass deflections as well, so he is completely healthy, ready to go, and hopefully help the Patriots bulk up their defense this upcoming season. So I want you guys to go on ahead and give me your one-word reaction to Harold Landry now being a New England Patriot. Like I said, this is not something that comes as a surprise to me. I kind of knew that this makes the most sense. Once he was released from the Titans because they really couldn't find a trade for him, that is where I realized he probably needed to fit in here with the Patriots, and he probably wanted to come play for Mike Vrabel. But actually, interesting enough, breaking news right here in the middle of my video, it looks like tight end Austin Hooper is also going to stay in New England on a 1-year, $5 million deal with a max value of $7 million per source. Adam Schefter just dropped that news right here, so you guys are getting this information along with me in this exact moment. I'm really, really glad the Patriots decided to keep Austin Hooper along with Hunter Henry. The number one factor that I love here about Austin Hooper, as I'm now just gradually switching over from talking about Harold Landry to Hooper, number one, I'm just going to take a step back here. The Patriots are making moves. Whether it's re-signing guys they needed to keep or signing other guys to help boost the offense and the defense, you can expect a lot of moves here from the Patriots this week. That's why you guys should subscribe. But all right, let me switch over to offense here real quick, and then we can come back together and talk about Landry and Hooper as a whole. Austin Hooper was a great addition. He was actually brought in by Alex Van Pelt, the former offensive coordinator, and I didn't think it could get much better than Hunter Henry, but Austin Hooper was pretty damn close. He was a third leading pass catcher for the Patriots. It was Henry, then DeMario Douglas, then Austin Hooper, but the reason why I really liked Hooper's game is because they were able to use that tight end stack to the right side of the offensive line, and Hooper proved to be a phenomenal blocker, especially when it came to run blocking. If you go back and watch film, Ramondre Stevenson's greatest bursts always came through the gap that Austin Hooper was protecting and blocking for. And I think that when you are able to have Austin Hooper, who genuinely every single time he catches a pass is about a 10 to 12 yard gain. I'm not exactly sure what he averaged in 2024, but I knew that Drake May really liked to find him in the flats, and having a tall target like that helped out May a lot in the passing game. So when Austin Hooper was not catching, he was blocking for guys like Ramondre Stevenson, and I thought he actually did more damage with a guy like Antonio Gibson, who provided a little bit more spark and burst off that offensive line than Ramondre Stevenson did this last year. So overall, I think this was a right move for the Patriots to make to keep that tight end in Hooper and Henry. We know that that is a duo that was unmatched last year, and we still do have Jaheim Bell. There is Beans, my cat, who is going to try and make an appearance here. We do still have Jaheim Bell, who we did draft in 2024. Sorry about that we haven't really gotten to unlock yet, but overall, I think Hooper and Henry do make a really good duo for the Patriots moving forward. Mike Reitz also does end up tweeting this out, saying Austin Hooper's close ties with fellow Hunter Henry and his belief in the promise of quarterback Drake May were among the factors that led him to return to New England over other options. In 2024, he had 45 receptions for 476 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he played 53% of the offensive snaps, which is not bad for a tight end, especially a second-string tight end, where AVP and Gerard Mayo did be able to find a position for him on the field with Hunter Henry. So I hope that Mike Vrabel continues to use them in the offense moving forward. I mean, this is a guy that's ready to bring back a fullback position, so I would assume that he really liked Hooper and Henry together as that tight end stack to the right side or the left side. Can still give Drake May a target that he knows is going to be successful nearly every time he's going to throw to him. And it's also a nice distraction to keep away from a guy like Hunter Henry, who obviously has been the top 2 leading pass catcher for the Patriots the last 2 seasons. So overall, those are the 2 breaking news signings that I do have for you guys here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Going to round this out here with Davante Adams news. Looks like the Los Angeles Rams did sign Davante Adams, so you can check him off the wide receiver list of free agents. Patriots will not acquire him this year. He does join Matt Stafford, but keep an eye out for Cooper Kupp. Now that Davante Adams is a Los Angeles Rams, I would not be surprised to find out that they're probably going to end up cutting a guy like Cooper Kupp, which could be a huge prospect for the Patriots moving forward here in free agency. So keep an eye on that name. But as always, as you guys can see, doing this video at home with my cat Beans is that if the Patriots make a move, we're going to talk about it right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I want you guys to go on ahead and do one thing for me and hit that sub button.